In 1974, Turkey invaded the northern half of Cyprus, ruthlessly resolving years of conflict between Greek and Turkish Cypriots. Many thousands of Greek Cypriots were captured or arrested. They were transported to prisons in Turkey while a ceasefire was negotiated. 2 months later, they were freed into what has become the Greek part of Cyprus. For many Greek Cypriots, this was the first sign that their loved ones were alive. But for Maria Theodolou, there was only heartbreak. Her husband and son did not return.
Και εγώ πιστεύω ότι είναι στη ζωή του άντρας μου και ο γιος μου. Δεν μπορούσαν να τους κάνουν κακό. Γιατί ο γιος μου ήταν μικρός, 16 χρονών.
But Maria's son had been among those taken prisoner. In this piece of film, shot in a Turkish prison after the ceasefire, her son is clearly visible and alive. 1,619 Greek Cypriots are said to be still unaccounted for. In the course of 20 years, nothing at all has come to light of their fate. The Cyprus missing seem to have disappeared forever.
Turkish troops out of Cyprus! Turkish troops out of Cyprus! Turkish troops out of Cyprus!
Say, we demand the right to know what happened to those people.
For 2 decades, Greek Cypriots at home and abroad have kept alive the memory of their missing persons. Until this issue of the missing is resolved, no lasting settlement between the Greek and Turkish communities in Cyprus will ever be reached.
That's dreadful. Can you imagine? The missing people translated into British terms would mean hundreds of thousands of missing people.
Δεν μπορεί να ξεχάσει τους αγνοωμένους του που αποδεδειγμένα συνέλαβε και κρατούσε σαν όμηρους ο Τούρκος εισβολέας.
In Cyprus, the campaign is led by Father Christophoros, whose own son is amongst the missing. As long as the 1,619 are unaccounted for, he will continue to claim they are being held by the Turks.
Είναι και αυτό των 1.619 αγνοωμένων μας. Δυστυχώς, για 19 χρόνια συνεχίζεται η αγωνία και ο πόνος στις τόσες χιλιάδες συγγενείς των αγνοωμένων μας.
The Turks accuse Father Christophoros of manipulation, playing on the desperate hopes of relatives to promote anti-Turkish propaganda. The rally today is for refugees, many with missing relatives, from a single village in the north, Dikomo. After the rally, they marched to the frontier to present a petition to the United Nations troops who guard the buffer zone.
The courts cannot allow you to pass this point because we cannot guarantee your safety beyond this point. So they will come through. So do I. Yep.
The villagers can only look at their former home across the no man's land. From the other side, Turkish soldiers and photographers return their gaze. The Greeks are powerless against an occupying force of 30,000 troops. Propaganda is their only weapon. But investigations conducted for this secret history show that the Greek claim is more than just propaganda. It has been established that missing Greeks were alive and in custody long after the ceasefire. There is a case for the Turks to answer.
My first experience was on the 22nd of July, which was supposed to be a ceasefire. About 4:30 we were arrested. They tied our hands around and they asked us to follow them. With them, with 100 soldiers, there were 3 Greek Cypriot boys which were smiling at me. That means they knew me. We were asked to follow the soldiers. We went down for about 50 yards when the Turkish officer asked me which was the way to Karinia. I said, down here 1 kilometer is Karinia. Seconds later, he asked everybody to stop. We stopped, and as we stopped, I heard shooting. I turned my head behind, and I saw the 3 boys getting hundreds of bullets on their back. There were 5 soldiers with automatic guns shooting them for many, many minutes.
Like those 3 young men, 1/3 of all the missing were civilians. Some were women, a few were children. Others were soldiers who surrendered to the Turkish army.
Παραδοχή Γασιλέη, πιάσαν τους Τούρκοι. Ακούσαμε το τούτο την ίδια ημέρα που τους επιάσασε. Τούτος είναι ο γιος μου. Όταν ευκάλαν τις φωτογραφίες και είδαμε το γιο μας, γνωρίσαμε το και ευκάλασε φωτογραφίες πολλές και διάφορες από τούτες.
These photographs only came to light because the Turkish journalist who took them was captured by Greeks and his film confiscated. None of the 5 young men shown surrendering to Turkish troops was ever seen again.
Ξέρω είναι στη ζωή να μου, ξέρω σκοτώσαν το γιο μου, πού ξέρω, δεν ξέρω μάνα μου. Που είναι στις πληροφορίες που πιάμε τέλεια πρώτα, τούτες τις πληροφορίες έχουμε. Ένα τους άλλων τίποτες, δεν ξέρω, είναι να μπορώ να σας πω. Ζούμε με την αγωνία, ζούμε με το κακό, είναι να μπορώ να σας πω. Τι να κάνω.